it's failing again. All right. It might not be any better. It just said it was unstable at the top. We'll just wait and see what happens. Hey, can you hear me? Is the picture moving and everything working properly? Hi, Andrew, can you hear this? Is it all working? Hi, Bopper. I'm just not sure it's working. I'm getting a thing that says the connection's unstable. Okay, so is it clear? Is it all good? Oh, cool. Okay, let's go. Hey, Phil. Hopefully this works better than the one before. We had a guy trolling me as well, so this guy sort of timed him out. That's good? Cool. Hi, Charlie.
Turn up the Wi-Fi.
I rebooted it. Great work on the cars. Thank you very much. Pasco's Garage. You must be a car guy too, hey? Oh, good. Good on you, Sam. I'm just worried the kids might be on Netflix, and that's probably what's taking all the bandwidth. It just says it's unstable again. Crap, I'm getting tired of this. I might have to turn them. I might have to kick the kids off. I'm just going to turn the Wi-Fi off. Just give me a sec. Where's the bloody Wi-Fi? I think it's that one. See if that gets any better. It still says it's unstable. I've turned the Wi-Fi off. I think I turned the Wi-Fi off. Just let me check. Yeah. All right. So I've turned that off. Okay. XP Taz. I'm getting a message up here that says my connection's unstable, and I've turned the Wi-Fi off. Is it any better? It was all right before when I started. Everyone said, yeah, it's all good. And then this thing came up again. Is that fluid when it's all going? There we go. Things are good. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Beetle. I'll show that one. That's a good one. Pasco's Garage has a channel, so we've got to have a look at that. I expect us again. Sorry about all this. This has been a pain in the neck because I've kicked the Wi-Fi off and turned it off, so maybe quality is bad, is it? But steady. If it's bad, that's probably the webcam. No, I haven't got NBN, so it should be all right. NBN's a bit weird. I've got some footage of Milson's paint shop in Country Gully where NBN was fitted, and the fitting job was awful. Okay. Let's just say that it's working. We'll try that. Everything should be good. So anyway, getting back to what we were saying before, the XC, yeah, NBN's terrible from what I've heard. XC is door trims finished. Jason's finished door trims. Have a look at Jason Hill's YouTube channel. He's been doing door trims for my XC Fairmont, and he's finished them, and it's amazing. And I'm looking forward to getting. I'll go and see him on Sunday. I just text him now, or he texted me and I text him back. He's just said here, saw your live feed, but it dropped out. So I'm back now. Saw Mint Fairmont GXL up in Maitland the other night. White 5.8. Same material as yours. Nice work by Jason. Yeah, Jason's going to get a few points out of this one. He's an amazing upholsterer, and he drives a funny Lotus. I'm just going to write here. I wouldn't normally text while I'm doing this. I'm just going to text Jason back. I'm back now, so he can come back. Okay. Yeah. Bike plans. Oh, where did I put it? Here. I've showed it before, but it dropped down. Little model paint for $3. It's for the little plastic Airfix models and that sort of stuff. I'm doing the Honda badges with that. So, yeah, I'm just sort of thinking of all these things at the same time, if you know what I mean. So I've got to do that. The bike plan's got to build a 350 engine. Still waiting on Dave's 250 crank, and you know it goes on and on. And I've got the 750. I've got to get a back wheel for that too. Jason is a perfectionist. I'd love his work, doesn't he? So Starlet content, possibly a turbo. I thought about that. Hello Hugh, how are you? I thought about it, but I was going to leave it. It's a good little beta. Yeah, the curtains are, yeah, they're a mess. They're sort of pushed in. They normally out to the side. So yeah, I've got to. I was going to turbo it, but I just love it the way it is. It's such a good car. I've got to take the door locks out and get them recoated. They're a bit sticky to use. They're not very good. So it could have been because the key I got was sticky, and I got another one cut for it, which probably isn't exactly what it's supposed to be. What else is there? G'day Darren, how are you? Yeah, he is good. Jason's incredible. Hopefully he's watching this. I've just texted him again. Fairly new to the channel, can you recap what cars you still have? XW, XC, XD, MG, Starlet, Sigma, Plymouth as well. Do all EP91 Starlets have the cable for the rear speakers in the parcel shelf? They're behind the right-hand side trim. You'll see a plug there. All of the 98s. I had one 97, but I can't remember. I think it's there too. So I know all your 98s in there. There are some differences with 97s and 98s because they things like lower control arms are beefier on the later ones. What else is there? How's the XD? XD is good. I've got to put a transmission cooler on it. Yeah, I'll show that. Stephen Red, that's my website. I haven't updated the website. I've been slow. Pete's Uber. That'll be good. Are you going to keep all cars? Yeah, because I keep selling them. Well, the ones in the past I sold and regretted it, and then they doubled in value. LJ Toronto's are a great example. Mercedes-Benz SLCs, I had a couple of those, and they just went through the roof as well. And my Galaxy, my beloved Galaxy, I should have just kept it. This Peter Anderson looks Spanish. I don't know why. Maybe I just look Spanish. Always want to ask thoughts on Datsun 120 rides. After watching your stuff and getting... Yeah, I like them. All that sort of Japanese stuff is great fun. It's hard finding... I know 180B is about to rust. It's hard finding good ones, but they're bloody good cars, and they're really usable classics. L20s, L18 motors, the 180Bs had L20s and 200Bs and stuff, but... here we go. Oh, we got more of this guy swearing now. What's this all about? Podcast. He's a super... is this guy trolling me again? You're an idiot. Come on. What are you doing this for? Not now. Okay. What can I do about you? Let's just... I can delete the messages. I don't want trolling. Can you not? Like, I really don't want that. It's not necessary. It's just not necessary. Please don't. Is he still going? Okay, let's just ignore that. Rest after the XC. I've got to finish the bikes and all that sort of stuff. Do I watch? And I still want to do a Toronto. I don't know how to do it, but I'd like to. I used to watch Mighty Car Mods. I used to love it when it was moving Marty in Marty's mum's garage. But when they got bigger, I stopped watching them. I used to love it when they say we went and got a Datsun Charade for $50. That's the stuff I like. And people seem to like the Chevy cars. The Sigma's been really popular next to some of the other cars I've done, which I would have thought would be more popular. But this thing, I thought it'd end my YouTube days, which I haven't got a big channel, but it's got some great supporters. But I thought that'd be it. But people seem to like the stuff. Jason, how are you, buddy? Thanks very much for all your work. I'm always astounded. Make sure when you do the Plymouth, right, I'm looking straight at you, make sure when you do the Plymouth, you write the hours down and I can pay you properly, and you always go above and beyond, and I love it, but I always feel a little bit guilty about what you've done for me. Dilmar, I've only ever had one Dilmar tea. I don't know much about it. I think it's good. I'm just particularly hooked on this. And I've even got this second box hidden from the children. They can drink up all the old Lipton. Yeah, trolls ignored. No, I just wanted to delete him because he was being naughty. He's probably a nice guy. It could even be a kid from school for all I know. Everyone's saying hello to Jason. Hi, Jason. Say hello to Jason, everybody, because he is a frigging legend. Right, let's keep going. Thoughts on the VL Commodore Turbo? Love them. Went to buy a Calais Turbo back in 1989. I had a Berliner manual, and I needed to get 10 grand to swap over to the Calais Turbo, but I couldn't afford it. The Calais, mine was a Series 1. It was my brother's old car. He bought it new and sold it to me a few years later. And the Calais was a Series 2. It was a beautiful car. VLs have got a bad name now because they've got a bit of a following with yobbos, I suppose you could call them. Just hoods. But they're super cars. They're great cars. Sorry if I've upset any VL owners. G'day, Gary. How's things again? Sorry about that. Rotary. Never really wanted a rotary. I wouldn't say no to one. Okay. This guy, hang on, I'm wondering whether your illustrations would work only for mystery. No, they work for anything. It's just basically cleaning up and doing stuff like that. Hi, Harvey, how are you? Lost the feed there for a while. That's because I turned it off and I rebooted the modem and rebooted the computer. And I kicked the kids. I've turned the Wi-Fi off because I've got a hunch the kids are watching Netflix, so they're probably cursing me at the moment. XD videos, yes, there is one coming up on a tranny cooler, and I've got to do the other engine. I've got a 351 engine for it too, but I haven't done anything with it. I just kind of leave it the way it is, you know what I mean? Just service it from time to time. Overall plan for the holidays, did you want to get the Sigma driving by then? Probably not, because I won't get I want to do the rear suspension before I put the fuel tank back in. It's just easier. It's a lot of room under there with that fuel tank. They've got a big tank in it, those things. Not Elon Musk. G'day, Mr. Anderson. How are you, Mr. Not Elon Musk? Richard Graham. Oh, you're interested in the Sigma. Richard Graham's one of my oldest friend here because he was the first Patreon supporter I had, and he's a good friend from the Wolseley Car Club. And it is the best car club. They're lovely, lovely people there. And I always go to his place every summer for a luncheon, and that's great. So thanks, Richard. How did you and Jason get to know each other? Jason, I sold some XW Fairmont hubcaps on eBay, and Jason bought them for his XW, and I met him that way. And we've just been good friends ever since. A black VL turbo with Chrome B4 Simmons, my dream car. My friend and I saw a Calais turbo manual with a sunroof and a leather interior, and we thought it was the best thing around. And then we had one traded when I was a Blackburn Prestige, and I used to do the used car reconditioning there, and I really wanted to do that one, and this other guy grabbed it, and he reckoned it was a barge, but they're not. They're lovely cars. They're really good cars. Long to love this show. Thank you very much, Roland. It's a pleasure to see you here. Amazing how cars were tagged in the 70s and 80s. And yeah, Sigmas, whoa, they were nurses' cars. And when I did my turbo one, the original one, no one picked it. It just looked like a fleet car. It was great. When's Easter? Easter is in a week. Oh, what's the weekend after this one, I think? World of Diff. There's a guy with a World of One and a yellow one doing donuts on YouTube. It's pretty funny. Thank you very much, Mr. Podcast. It gives me a lot of pleasure. I'm a hobbyist, and there's no stress with this. It's easy. It's really easy. XC finished by the end of the year. Yep, that's my plan. You reckon I can do it? It's only been 4 years. Well, I guess we'll see. Really like the Sigma videos. Thank you so much. It's nice and easy. Have you ever thought of doing an FB Mustang, like your brother's? A fastback. I couldn't afford one. Those things are 70, 80 grand. No, but watching his, that's been a pretty difficult car to do. There's a lot going on under the dashes in those. Have you ever owned a Volkswagen? No, I haven't, but I'd like one. Go from Sydney, an ideal related project, an old Series 2A Land Rover, cheap and parts are very nice. Yeah, they are. And there's a good following with the old Land Rovers, the old Landies. I never really liked. I used to work for White Horse Motors, and we'd get 110s and stuff like that. God, sorry. And I haven't really wanted to do a four-wheel drive. They've got really constraints anyway. Hello, Peter. Enjoying the Sigma restoration. Dad bought one new in 1978. We had 3 Glades at one time. Fun cars. They are, aren't they? And sometimes, I said in the new video, I haven't released it yet. It's still footage on my YouTube studio here. I said, sometimes the cheap cars are the fun ones, and sometimes the slow cars are the fun ones to drive. What are your thoughts on the XD Ford Ute? Yeah, good. Good. I've got a sedan, so I don't need a Ute, but XC's going well. Got lots of stuff here. Just got to get the thing out and start putting it all together. Is a car you've acquired and not cared about freshening up? Hang on. In the caliber of all cars on video. Not really. The ones I've sort of picked them quite carefully and I enjoy working on them. Maybe before 2012 when I started this. Hang on, I'm missing a... I don't know what happened before. Great. What's happening with the XL250? Waiting on the crank. The crank's been pulled apart, new conrod put in, and new bearings on the side, but we haven't got it back yet. 350 and 750 Honda, yeah, they're coming back. G'day, Dave. Wicked XE. Sigma's looking really good. Thank you, mate. Glad you like it. Wicked XE has actually fascinating videos on cinema projectors and stuff like that he does. I think it's his job, I'm not sure. And he does VR, Commodore, ED, Falcon, that sort of stuff. A lot of bits and pieces on those. How much would you spend on an XC302 column auto Ute that needs a rest day? I'll just pay for one of them, 4 or 5 grand. I don't know. I don't know. I'm always wrong with prices. I really like the Victor videos. You did great stuff. I've still got a garage, shed full of Victor 18 stuff, and I've still got about 8 mowers under the thing. I've just got to get around to doing them. What's your pick of the classics for the future? Oh, that's a great question. Do you know what I reckon? AE112 Corolla. I had one. They're great cars. They're a 7FE engine or something. But they look almost fastback. You only got the 4 headlight front. They are going to be much more valuable than the later Corollas later in the future. They're a great car. Brilliant. Any more cars coming on new projects? No, I've got to finish the ones I've got. And my wife will divorce me. Pete, do you know any paint refinishes? My car is only 10 years old and the finish is completely knackered. Is the clear cut still there? They do delaminate some of them. If it's still there, you can probably just get it back with some, what's the stuff I use? It's really good. I'll think about it. Hang on. My first car was a GH Sigma 2.6 in blue. Great to see it's being restored. Unusual to see one being restored because the value's not there with them. The turbos and the Werrits are the only ones that have some value, but I'm just doing a GL because I want it. And it's got power steering. I like that. Hello from Darwin. How are you going? We've been debating about what's in the white box next to the window. One of us thinks it's spoons and one of us thinks it's key rings. Can you please settle the argument? This box? Is that the box? This box my daughter gave me, and it had, she did this, she did that on the top, and she drew a picture of the Plymouth with the XW's orange stripe, and it had chocolate in it, because my wife for a while was working at Cadbury, and it hasn't got anything next to me, ate all the chocolate. Is that the box you mean? Oh, where am I? Oh, hang on, where am I going? Love the bikes, thanks buddy. Started watching your videos for the Fords after finding out Ford forums. Love the Sigma and the bike. Thank you very much. The Sigma, I thought, I'm amazed with the Sigma. I thought, geez, this is going to finish me. You mentioned the stress of the job at school versus less stress in the hobby. What's the stress you bring home? Sometimes the staff I work with I find very stressful. It's not the kids. The kids actually all the kids are really nice to me at school. There's one or two that think I'm a bit of a freak, I suppose, but the kids are lovely. Sometimes it's the staff. And I don't want to really get into that in case they see this. I could go on about that for a while though. What do you reckon of the AE92 with the 4AG? That's got the Yamaha head. They're a little rocket ship, those things, and they will be worth something, if not now. They're great. They're 100 kilowatt, and that was unheard of back then. Just buy Susie a horse. I gave her money for a horse that I had, and she didn't buy one. I don't know why. Rosie's trying to get it buy one too. The clear coat is gone and the bag is completely vulnerable. Can you re-clear it with some of that? Ask Milsom. He's a painter. He's an old painter and he's brilliant. Ask them because you might be able to put the ISO-free 2-pack on top, which might adhere better than acrylic clear. Ask them because I don't really want to comment on it in case I'm wrong. Don't watch Roadkill, no. I've seen one or two of them, but it wasn't. I like the cheap stuff that people do in their garages. Repco has 4 litres of wax and grease removed for under $20. That's cheap. What do I pay? I pay $4 a mile can for it, so I'm paying 16. At Milson's. Michael Ant sure wasn't slow. 1971, 1500. There was one of the homologation specials for the Southern Rally. Without drag, a 351 any day. Must be bloody good. Some 351s though, ZH lines and stuff like that, and in P6 LTDs are sluggish in standard form though. But 351s are incredibly easy to wake up. Oh, on the wall. You mean that one? They're key tags. My son. What does my son want? He said, turn on the Wi-Fi, bitch. I'm going to say, no. Hang on. I don't like being called a bitch. He knows I've turned it off. Because this thing failed. As soon as I finish with you, like, I will turn it back on. Starion, very underrated, undervalued car. Starion's a great. Shane, a good friend of mine, had one. Only one I think I've seen one other one apart from the one he had. That was like 30 years ago. He said they're not that expensive. You can pick them up for about 20 grand, but 20 grand's pretty dear. What do you think of Cortina TFs? I was going to get one. TCs and TDs, you can watch Pete C on YouTube. He does amazing work. He's more a bodywork guy than a mechanic, but he does really, really good work. He's got a painter that he uses. But TFs are great. With the, you can get them with waffle wheels, the S-Pack one. I wanted to get a 4.1. Looks like they're key rings, yes, they're key rings. Yeah, Starions are great. I used to like Cordia turbos, they were fun. They had torque steering, they sort of felt faster than they were. Box on the wall behind you. Look. Is it that box? If it's that box there, that's got key rings in it. I don't teach mechanics at school, I used to, but now they've got a TAFE college there, and the school teachers, I've been a school teacher for a long time, and the pay scale for school teachers and superannuation is better than the TAFE teachers, unfortunately. So the TAFEs, they've got 3 senior mechanics there that are brilliant. They're better than I am. And sometimes if I need advice, I actually ask them. I'm a mechanic from years and years ago. I'm a senior, but that was, I haven't been on the bench for well over 20 years, and so I've forgotten a lot of stuff. So now I'm a high school teacher. Great to get live feed. Have you ever ridden in it? No, I haven't. I haven't written in a 2CV. They're key tags, right? They got keys on them. Look. Keys. Okay. Hopefully that settles it. Let's see, do Cordia Turbo. Yeah, I used to love those things. Hard to see though. Pete C's videos go for like an hour, 40 minutes. I don't really watch them at any length. I go through them, I skip through them. The XT you've got and had for a while, have you found any plenum rust in it? It's got a tiny bit, yes, on the left-hand side that was sort of filled up. It was bogged up years ago before the car was put into, or covered up, put into garages and stuff. But there is a little bit, yeah. Hi, Toneson. I know that name. Toneson, you gave me stuff. VHS LEs are great. John Gibbo had one of those. They're lovely cars. And his father was the guy I started my mechanicking with in the 80s. All Mitsubishis are undervalued in Oz compared to other JDM manufacturers. Not sure where the Stigma started. That was a Galant. I have a 2 Cosmo 4G. That'll be quick. Yeah, I like the Cortinas. I was never a Pinto fan, but I like the 6s, but the 6s understeer like crazy because they're too heavy at the front. Godfrey. What are all the keys for? Bits and pieces. Just bits and pieces. What have we got? A friend of mine bought a new Cordia back in 82. Had to take it back when something under the dash caught fire. I prefer Celeste myself. Gee, ex-police chase Cordias would be worth something. It'd be like the WRXs. That'd be worth something too. Am I selling the Sigma? Probably not. I'll probably spend too much on it. The original budget was $2 grand, but I've gone over that. I'll just get carried away. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'll just clean this up and I'll just spruce that out, stick a bit of paint on. I've done the whole car. That's ridiculous. And so I might get some use out of it first. I like the thumbnail on your latest video. Did you plan that or was it random? Either way, I love the vids. The thumbnail, I was filming something and it was rocking around, and then I just went up to it like that, and then I did another smile one, and I just screenshotted them and used that for the thumbnail. Just like the old days, mate. Beauty key cabinet. Yeah, my wife bought that for me. I think she bought it for the kids to give me for Father's Day one year. Oh, what else is there? Great channel, keep coming. I certainly will. And I don't get tired of it because it's stress-free. I don't get tired of it at all. It's easy. I sent the YouTube video comment, but it's one of the best Sigma engine bays. Lovely job. Thank you very much. You're a friend of Jason Hill's, aren't you? He often talks about you. No, I didn't give you anything. I just let you know about the red Sigma at the Wreckers. That's the one. And then I missed it. I was going to go and get the engine on these holidays, and they crushed it. Bastards. My great-grandpa's Taurus caught fire when it was a few weeks old. Probably why you never see them anymore. Andrew Harrison, that's unlike you. What did he say before? I missed it. The VNSS is really worth 30k though, selling for. Probably if you can find one that's unmolested, so to speak. They're very, very hard to get that are original. I saw my brother used to work for a holding dealer at Penfolds. That's where I bought my Commodore. Oh, he bought back a VP Executive 5-litre mint with 60,000 Ks on, and that would be worth something. Anything that's hard to get is worth something. A Police Interceptor XD went for 44 grand. I wouldn't think 44 grand would go, no car with plastic bumpers would go for that, but it did. Can afford, yeah, some Jason's mate. The ZF is the next channel of interest. Yeah, he does a good job, doesn't he? Hi Pete, would you like to see the pics from when I did some rust work I've done on my HU wagon? Sure, send them to me. I'd love to see them. Yes, the Sigma was a treat. Totally amazed at their recent worth. I didn't actually think the one I had was worth anything. I got ripped off with it though. Another Heathmont local here. What size compressor do you use? CFM. It's 215 litres per minute for air delivery. I wanted 240, but I couldn't afford it. Actually, I borrowed $500 on my brother, or $400. It was on special at Repco. That's a good one. Going over budget on the build? Yep. Yes, I have. That's why I'm going to hang on to it for a bit. Yeah, Sigma will come to life soon. Palm Cell Commodores as a Vauxhall. Yeah, it is a bit. They sold Sigmas as Lonsdales. And they had XB Fairmont wagons there too with 302s in them. Can you imagine the price of petrol there for that? What do you think of the Starion Turbo? Cool looking car. Yes, if you can find one, grab it because they're just so rare. Starions are not common around here. I haven't seen one in years. Charlie M, they're actually good cars. Shame yours is one. There's a Russian man. I don't know what that means. I'll show you. Probably means Anderson's an idiot. Glad to see you like the cluster for your Sigma. Thank you very much, Thomas. That's wonderful. I'm yet to watch your latest video, but I look forward to seeing it finished. Love your content. I've got that. Harvey's putting the tack in a square clustered dash. So we've used a lot of the parts out of it. But thank you so much. Rather interesting design. I don't know what they're talking about. I have a complete original XD351, very lazy and very thirsty. Would a carb rebuild help? It'll be to do with your valve timing, I would think. They've got terrible camshafts in them and timing sets on. If you wake them up, the thermoquad will work well. My Russian is a bit rusty. Can you tell us what brand your car covers are? They are Auto Technica from the Healy factory, and you can get them also from eBay. Yeah, eBay or the Healy factory, Auto Technica, and they're weatherproof covers, and they're flock lined underneath. I had a Sigma Scorpion 2-litre, I think, lovely car, very reliable. Scorpions are good because they don't get the stupid cracking in the blocks. Just as you look for something badges from the Cordia. Thank you. I don't really know what you mean, the red ones. Is that what you mean? Yeah, the Honda XL still got the engine out because we're waiting on the crank, and David's getting fed up, and I'm a bit fed up too. We just want to get the crankshaft so I can get the thing back together. Howdy Peter, my old bought an ED Fairmont V8 with 150 Ks on it last year. He reckons it's going to be worth something in the near future. Thoughts? Yeah. They were the first, or the EB was the first in the V8. Anything that gets old that people can relate to. Who would have thought a Sigma would have any value? Or XCs, they were throwaway cars. They're anything that people can relate to. It's normally middle-aged men like me that think, oh, I had one of those, that was good. Dad had one, or mum had one. You know. I was in the UK in 2017 and 91 was £1.20p per litre. That's a lot, particularly if you've got a big V8. Hey, when will you be overhauling the XD or swapping out the engine? I've got to build the engine for it and I'll swap it out one day. Drive it in the morning, drive it out in the afternoon. That's how it's going to be with that. I don't want it. I don't want to I don't like dead cars lying around. So that's just going to be drive in, drive out. So I'll have the engine built. I'll run it on the stand, run the cam in, have it all dialed in, and then just swap them over. That's how I'm going to do it. And I'm even going to have a loom plug on it. So I'll have an original loom that looks original and just take them out, plug it in. Rustin says you're a crazy bitch. What do you think of the work not having airbags though? No old cars do have airbags. So you run that risk when you drive them. 30s and 60s. Any of the projects soon to be sold to make room? Or will you make more room for the projects? Move house? I don't know. Every time I sell them, I regret it. My mum had a 71 Vauxhall Viva. I remember the 60s ones. And I drove one. It was one of the slowest cars I've driven. It was actually pretty cool. Austin Mark II 1800 and a CB 750 at the same time. Cool. Austin 1800 Mark II had the best cylinder head of all the B series. It had the O head. There's a little O on top of the head. My MG's got one. They flow better than an MGB head. Had two Sigmas, Japanese imports from New Zealand. Fun turbos. Probably also Cordia. Yeah. I don't like some Mitsubishis. I don't like the P6 Magnas. I don't like the engines in them. But the Sigmas they're pretty good fun. G'day, Tom. Pete, intermittent XD indicator fault. Blows a fuse. Left indicator usually when turning left. Any thoughts? Sounds like a short. If the switch has fallen apart inside, it might be shorting. Unplug the indicator switch and take a globe out of the front or whatever it's shorting through and run a continuity tester. You'll have to take the globe out though. What else is there? You're one of the rare clerics of the Ford industry. I'm always amazed how you can take things apart and then give commentary on how to put things back. I don't think about it. I just talk. That's why my daughter started all this. She came out when I was doing a walls thing. She started filming it. She said, you should put it onto YouTube. And I said, don't be silly. I was just cool. Well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. I don't do that when the camera's not around, but I'm thinking that. So now the only difference now, which is why I never script anything, is I'm just thinking about what I'm doing. Or I'm talking about what I'm doing rather than thinking about it. What's your favourite car of all time? Ooh, I've got 30 of them. My favourite car of all time? I couldn't answer that, but it wouldn't be an exotic car. It wouldn't be a Lambo or Ferrari or anything. It'd be a local car. I like cars for different reasons. All the cars are kind of really different from each other, but I like them all for very different reasons. I often share your videos online with those who need help with the EGR stuff. Cough. Not that I always use my EGR equipment. Early 70s Chargers and Chrysler by Chrysler were sold in the UK briefly. Yes, I remember the Chrysler by Chrysler being sold there. 360 V8. Big Chrysler even appears in the chase scene in an episode of The Sweeney, and I've seen it, and you see it pull up in the distance. Yes, I have seen that episode. Girl on front disc brakes of a 747. They were good cars. Land crabs. People used to laugh at them, but they were very spacious. The old Leyland P76 is the most maligned car. They were so ahead of their time. I've got a friend in the club who's got one, Robert Bothwell, and it's a great car. And they didn't seem to have the block cracking issues that the 3.5 litre Rover V8 had. Mark 1 Land Rover. My brother had a Range Rover one of the early Range Rovers, and that was dead slow. That was terribly slow. Oh, thank you. If it's me, that's a natural. Thoughts on why XDs are more sought after and valuable than the XF? It's because the XD needs that V8. That's all. XL Falcon, and Dave found one of those, a really good one. I'll leave that one. XL Falcon, Dave said, don't do the Sigma. There's an XL Falcon for $8,000 or something. I can't remember what it was. It was straight. It was pretty good, and I should have done it, but I've got Fords. You know what I mean? I've got 3 of the bloody things. Have I? Yeah. And I just wanted something different. And I wanted something small and easy. And XLs are pretty small, I must say that. I like heaps of locally made cars for various reasons. Nothing exotic. Sentimental attachment plays a massive role, and you're dead right. I would not, even if I was rich, and I'm so not rich, I would not buy a Ferrari or Lambo because I just don't like them much. I don't have anything. I have no history with them. The Queen had a 70s Australian family on a Windsor estate for a while. Well, that would have been an XB. It could have been an XC because XCs went there too. There's a picture of a GXL with a 3.3 in the advertising literature. So whether it's badged wrong or something, I don't know. But 3.3s never came in thermal GXLs. So standard engine was this 4.1. 3 hay bales of 3 bales of grass in it and a 44-gallon drum and all this stuff. Yeah, the P76 had a huge boom. A boat. Thought about a Bondwood one. The school I go to has a car show every year. A guy rocked up with a Bondwood 1950s boat, and it had a 186S in it, I think, and it was absolutely gorgeous. The problem with boats with me is I've never really wanted to use one. And so if I did do a boat, it would sit there as garage art, but it would take a quarter of my garage, so I haven't got the room for it. Peace with you, mate. Wishing you and your family all the best. Wonderful channel. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. It's lovely to see you. Any thoughts on the car industry shutting down? They were making cars that no one wanted. Everyone wants these SUVs, and I don't know why. It's a shame. It's such a shame it shut down. People used to say, you know, the government shouldn't be propping them up and all this, but most countries that have a car industry subsidise them as well. I mean, I think the Korean government own half of Hyundai or something, but yeah, it's a great shame. It's an awful shame. Good night. Thank you very much for joining us. The time to head off. Thanks for answering my questions. Looking forward to you fitting the door trims on the XC and getting the Sigma all looking sweet. Thank you very much. And I'll speak to you soon, hopefully. Where's the Windsor Estate? Windsor Castle, I would think. Where do you send fan mail, Pete? I've never sent any. You can send me an email if it's me you're talking about, but I don't think it's me you're talking about. You can email me at susieandpeteranderson@gmail.com. Mate, a mate's mate had a Ferrari and a flat tire cost him $10,000. So, yeah, I'm just not interested in that sort of stuff. I'm probably one of the few that aren't interested. I'm just not interested. I like American muscle cars and stuff like that. I'd rather sink my money into cars I grew up with and still have. The memories outweigh the monetary worth. And now those cars are worth money anyway. They're not worth what a Ferrari is probably, but, well, some of them are worth more. Look at the GTs. I'm back. Hi, mate. How are you? Are you going to be nice this time? I think it was you. I can't remember. Sorry if it wasn't. Great videos. Keep up the good work. Great channel. Catch you later. Thank you very much, Jade. It's lovely to see you. Which car is your daily driver? A Toyota Starlet. My $300 Starlet. I love it. I can park it anywhere. I can pick up takeaway food in it, and don't care if it stinks and that sort of stuff. Backhand Chimera and XC wagon. Tons of memories. Chimeras, you don't see many of them. Susie and Peter Anderson at Gmail. Yep, that's it. That's exactly right. Susie with an IE. Am I an ex-tractor fan? Richard Graham, a friend of mine, is a tractor fan. He's just restored one. He restored one a couple of years ago. Don't know much about them. Jason and I teaming up to do a build. We live a long way away from each other. We have slightly different tastes, but we live a long way. It'd be just difficult getting there all the time to do a video together. We did some thing where I started walking into his garage and cigarettes came out, swearing and all this sort of stuff. And he posted it. I was like, he had to pull it. Oh, that's all right. That's cool. That's good to have you back. Richard Graham, maybe About time for another Wolseley. I think you might be right. And I'd kind of like to do a 1560. I like 1560s. I don't know if I do it for 2480. I like the B Series 4-cylinder engine. I'll see. But I do have to do another Wolseley because I have been enjoying the fruits of the Wolseley car club for years, since 2005 or 2006. And I don't have a Wolseley and I haven't had one for years. I don't have vacuum gauges for the bikes, no. I'm going to have to borrow some. ED Ford Falcons are good cars, yeah. Sounds like you're experienced. Hang on, it's going. Experienced a lot of interesting cars in your time. Plenty of memories too, yeah. Everything is diesel these days. Are you going to... I wasn't planning on... I don't normally go out. I'm always here. And we got to go away. My wife wants to go away, so I got to go away soon for a few days. $400 season to make. My wife has a new Mazda 3 SP25. You can't understand me liking the old daily. 1500. No, I want a 6. No, I don't want a 15. Well, you know what, Richard? There was a 1500 the Clyde Alderscott that I was interested in. I was interested in that and Tom Webb's body that he did, but Graham Keys took that. I was quite interested in that. Starting a new channel called Grumpy Old Men. Been around all sorts of cars. Also in Lebanon, we had Reckford. Just a BB Holden. Oh. Also a van for a long time. A Magna and importer says a Gemini with full electrics. Yeah, it said that stuff here. Cortino Escort. Yeah, I mentioned the TF before. Escort, never really wanted an Escort. When are you going to put up some more progress videos on the XC? I get a lot of those questions. These holidays, hopefully. Weather permitting, I'll push everything out and I'll get the XC out. I've got stacks of doing it. I've got stacks of parts that can go into it. So there's plenty to do. During Bathurst coverage, do you prefer Holden or Ford win? No fence sitting, please. Always Ford when I was a kid. I was a Ford guy, but I never minded when Holden won, and that is fence sitting. I love my Holdens and my Fords, but I used to support Fords. Makes my day. Thank you, old dude. Thoroughly enjoying your Sigma refurb. Thanks very much. Yeah, I am too. Stress-free, easy, nothing to worry about, no sweat. It's really good. A record. Oh, Opel record. That's like a VB Commodore, I think, isn't it? Just sort of a question to ask. Are all distributor points connected to the same value? I need to buy 2 for an instrument program, restoring a weird but beautiful 55 mercury cluster. The condenser value would be different at the voltage. Is the car 6 or 12 volts? Because that could be different then. Otherwise, I would think they'd be fairly similar. You might have to ask an auto elec. I'm not really sure. Did you get the Wolseley 6110 there? Hang on. I don't know who you're talking to. I never had a 6110. I've had a 24. I've had about 4 2480s. I had a 1560. Hang on. No, I've had 3. I had an RS 2000, swapped it for a TE Corgi. RS 2000s are worth bucks now. What about Nostin Princess, Man and Player? There's a few of them kicking around. They're the ones with the Rolls Royce engines, aren't they? Old Valiant, yeah, thought about that. That's just space. I don't know where to put these things. Thanks for your ideas, techniques in your episodes. Although a Project 63 failing isn't the same as the XABZ, to finding can still use them for our car. You're talking about the techniques of mucking around with stuff. Yeah, they're all pretty universal with old cars, aren't they? What else we got? Evening, Zimmer is going well, and you've got Yorkshire tea. I have got Yorkshire tea. This is a new box because the one that was given to me is finished. The kids all drank it too. Could you please lower your voice? It's hurting my ears. Normally I get complaints because it's too quiet. People can't hear. GDOX1 is looking at me as I type this in my garage. It was my dad's from you. Wow. You keep that. What's that worth? About 150 grand. They're hugely expensive. Maybe 1560 with an 18cc. Yeah, absolutely, Richard. It's hard finding 1800s, so everyone wants them. 1600s are sweet. I didn't like selling that Austin I had. I wish I bought that back, but I couldn't have it. Off to bed now. Good night, everyone. Until next time, thank you very much, Charlie, for joining. I knew a guy in the late 80s who had Datsun stands at Triple S with the draw-through 4-banger. Wow, where would it have gone? This you can't. Probably had a CD 175 on it. Also, mechanical injection went like a dog shot in the ass. It would. Stanzas had 1600s, had nil 16, but people put nil 20s in them. Where we go? I've been following you since the XW. Thank you for the great vids. You're truly a talented man. Thank you very much. Not sure if many people could do the job that you do. Well, that's really kind. Thank you very much for saying so. Hi, Pete. Had 2 Sigmas, both station wagons. I miss them. They were great family cars. Also, can you check your email? I've sent you 2 cheers from the Central Coast. Did you? Yeah, I've obviously missed those. I don't remember seeing that, but I'll have a look for you. Thank you very much. Yes, the Princess was a roller engine. 4 litre. I think they had an F head, didn't they? Didn't they have an overhead intake and side valve exhaust or something? I can't remember. I'm off to sleep. Sleepy. Okay, see you, same old dude. Have a nice sleep. Hi, Peter. Great channel. I'm a Holden man, but love what you do. The old Fords, Honda bikes, and even the Sigmas, cool content. Keep it up. Thank you very much. I just wish I had another Holden. I've only got a Commodore, and it's 2010, so it's not old enough to really call a classic. Well done with the CV750. I enjoy your videos. Still got to finish it. I need to get an exhaust system, a rear wheel, rear tyre, what do you call it, sprocket set, and a front disc caliper. And then I think I'm done. I think that'll finish it. Oh, gosh, that would have hurt your ears too. No. My tea's cold. Yep, that's cold. I could drink it. I could sort of treat it as a... I could treat it as an iced tea. Thanks for taking you on the journey with these cars. God bless. All the best from Darwin. Thank you very much for joining us. Good night, Kevin. Everyone's ditching. Do you watch the old school factory? Oh, Skid Factory, sorry. And if so, their builds on... No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Hello from Newcastle. Hello, Owen. How are you? No, I don't know much about the Skid Factory. I don't watch much YouTube. I watch Project Binky. I watch Cold War Motors. And at the moment, that's about it. Have you got Rosie's Rock in a glass case yet? No. I haven't got that in a glass case. I should call her. She's still got it in the room. Text you soon, yes. Come up and we'll have a coffee. No, we'll have a tea. Harvey's doing some work for me, which is very kind of him. Old cars, pardon me, need love. This versus that is for children. My kids are grown up. My youngest one's nearly 17, so it gives me more time. That's why I can do this stuff outside. I'm more prolific with it now than I was when the kids were a bit younger. I couldn't go out there all the time. You'd like roadkill, I'm sure. Yeah, look, I probably would. They did one where they were dragging a Corvette out of something, out of a paddock, I think. I actually don't spend much time. I spend a bit of time on here because I do emails and I keep a diary of each car and bike I'm doing and, you know, all the work and the date and the costs and all that sort of stuff. And I do school teacher stuff on here as well. But I don't actually watch much. I do watch YouTube, but I don't. There's only a few channels that I watch regularly. Skifted qualified mechanics working their skills, turbocharged VL, and rest of them Nova. Yeah, that's probably pretty good stuff. Love your channel, especially like the Sigma. God, that just surprises me. Taste Rex in the 90s. I had a Sigma with a 13B in it. Great car, very comfortable. Had a 13B made it. Was that a white one? I had a turbo that had a turbo. I had a white one with a turbo that my brother sold. and the guy put a rudder in. Find a fix and drive it. Did a Wolseley and an uncle burnt chop. Burnt chop? I don't know what that means. You can add me on Facebook. Yes, I've got a Facebook channel, but again, I don't normally respond in Facebook. I don't spend much time on it. I just read the thing every now and then. Have you considered a late model engine in a classic? Yeah, but one of the things with an old car is the character it's got, and that quite often comes from the engine. It's like the XCs, got the thermoquads in there, pain in the neck, and you can fuel inject them, but it wouldn't really feel. I don't even know how to articulate it. It's like when you have the cars all have nuances about them and idiosyncrasies. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of that's from the fuel system and the engine. When you put a new fuel injected engine in, it would just feel like any other car. I would think it would just look like an old car. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't mind being proved wrong. What have we got? Are you a TAFE teacher? I'm a high school teacher. What do we got? Enjoying the Sigma 2. It's coming along really well. I'm going pretty quick with that because it's pretty easy. And I'm not restoring it, so I'm not doing a lot of work that I normally would have on the other cars. Your work is an inspiration. Thank you very much, Rob. Motivate. I've been talking too much. I can't talk. Motivated me to keep going on the MGF. Got that done. The next is an MGB GT. They're a great car. I should have bought a GT instead of a Roadster. What do I teach at high school? I teach Digitech, which is coding. I teach product design, which is woodwork, and product design in year 7, which is metal and woodwork. I did teach auto, and there's a couple of other things I've done over the years as well. G'day, young Pete. G'day, mate. How are you? I'm getting funny eyes because I've been doing. It might be that light. Maybe I should turn that light off. I've been trying to see. You helped me a lot with my XA, working on putting it over Boss 290, my XA, and shave the towers. Oh, I see. Drive my XA down instead of a garage car. Thank you very much. That's a big job. I'm doing an FG gas motor turbo in an XCU 10-year project. That's all right. It'll take as long as it was. It's only the problem with doing project cars and filming them like the XC is it's just gone on too long. So you've got to do quick ones every now and then, which is what the Sigma's good for. The XC used to get good views. Now you're getting half the views that it used to get because it's just gone on too long and people get sick of it. Essentially, I think that's why shows like Wheeler Dealers don't go so well, because they get a car at the beginning, 1 hour later they're driving it out, they're selling it. And people want to see quick results. And so when you see a guy taking 4 years on something, it's like, what's he done now? Done up 3 bolts, you know what I mean? So those long projects are great for an individual that doesn't film them. But when you start filming them, pain in the neck. People don't want to see it. I'm not sure. I'm not so sure if I believe you. I don't know if you're talking to me. You're talking to me. I'll send you a friend request. Could you please accept it? Yes, I will. New engine classics just don't belong. Have no soul and appeal. That's what I'm talking about with soul. You can look at it. Look at subjective. A lot of people. I saw a show, an American show. A guy gets a Camaro. It was a 6-cylinder one, and they all go like that, spitting at it, and they put an electric motor in it. And electric cars go fast, and they're doing burnouts and all this stuff. And I just thought that would be a soulless. It would be like a zombie car. It's the old rickety engines that give the car the appeal. It'd be like getting a Model T and sticking a modern Toyota engine in it. It would be drivable, but it just wouldn't be the same. That's my opinion, but feel free to disagree because I don't mind. I mean, whatever is appealing to a person is the best way to go. I always know my cars. It gives a spirit. Plus, you can swear at them when they play up. I swear at them anyway. Stream. Hi, Chris. How are you? Are you selling any of your cars? You must have a very understanding wife. I've got a beautiful wife, but she's not interested in what I do with the cars. Quite often she's out, she works and all that sort of stuff. And when she's out working in all that sort of business or watching TV, because she watches that Married at First Sight, and I can't be in the room when that's on because I think it's pointless. And watches My Kitchen Rules when they talk about sauce and all that sort of I don't watch much telly. I just watch stockos. So when they're watching that, and she and the kids watch a lot of that stuff, I just go to. But yeah, she's a beautiful lady. I'm very happy to have, I'm very happy to be married to Susie. Hang on, we're just gone. Where are we? Oh, I've lost it. Where am I? Okay. Have you toured much of your great country? No, I haven't toured any of it. I've been around Europe. I've driven around England. I've been to the United States and gone from one end to the other, but I haven't really done much around here. I've been through Perth. I've been to Sydney a couple of times. I've been to Brisbane a couple of times, but I haven't actually driven around it. Everyone that drives around it says you've got to do it, and I do, but I haven't done it yet. Odd question. What's your opinion toward the Delphi V5 AC compressor? How frequently do they go bad? And what approximately kilometers minor issue? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that compressor is. I know a bit about the Yorks and the Sandons, but that's about it. The only cars with air conditioning that I have are my dailies, but the rest of it I don't. I don't have air conditioning in the old cars. Jeremy Clarkson had a quote that I can't remember. Something along the lines of some cars became... He would probably be talking about Alfa Romeo. He loves his Alfas. You're always wearing the same clothes. I always change my shirt. Every day I change my shirts. And I've got about 4 of those red shirts you see. This is an old top that I wash from time to time. Every probably 5 days I throw it in the wash. But I always wait for it to come out and dry before I put it back on. Yes, I do always wear the same things. Hello, Rosie. Rosie's here, everyone. There's 100 people here, Rosie. And they're here to tell you to nick off and go to bed. We have a whole next two people to took you. There's a guy on the channel. Hang on, I'll show that. Livestream. Have you ever kissed another man on the mouth romantically in a luxury sports car before? No.
All the time.
No, don't make any inappropriate jokes like that.
Oh, sorry.
But that's all right. Rosie, you can come back.
No,
She always teases me about stuff, but no, I haven't. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. She thinks I am. Right on about TV crap. Yes, I hate it. Yeah. She knows where you are if you're doing a build. Yes, she knows where to go. And she knows I'm not at the pub playing up with anyone. Are you a youngster showing interest in the car work? My lady's keen but hates the dirt. Yeah, they're a bit like that. I've got 3 kids that are into makeup and girly stuff, and I've got me. And there's kids I teach at school that would love to get sheet metal and weld it together and paint it and wire stuff up and build an engine, but none of my kids are sort of into that. Here, come here.
Oh, I can't be bothered.
Oh, you don't have to.
No, now you say.
Where's Rosie? She normally Rosie's here. Go get your rock. Someone was asking about your rock. The 6-cylinder engine Camaros was an overhead cam developed by John DeLorean in the European style. Jay Leno has bought one and he said he'll keep the 6. Well, these guys ditched the 6 and stuck an electric motor in. The rock's back. I jinxed you, Pete. She appeared. Hey, Rosie. Nathan Palmer says, this is
Be gentle.
this is the pick apart rock. Pick apart rock from the 9th of February 2019. That's the rock that I used as a hammer. I thought it was smaller than that. I remember it being smaller.
Yeah.
Really?
This is the book.
What happened to that twin engine? Oh, that was all sold off to the wreckers, and yeah, that's all gone. Jay Riley says, hi, Rosie.
Hi.
It's bloody freezing, isn't it, Rosie?
Yeah.
Another kid said that. Another guy said that to you. Would you build a kit car? Oh, that'd be great fun. You need a big garage. That'd be great fun. Orange says, hey, how are you, Peter and Rosie?
Hi.
Well, they're not saying hello to you,
Hey,
Rosie.
hey.
The Rock. The Rock's back. Build an MR2. I saw one today. Funny, at the Healy factory, there was an MR2 parked at the back. I saw it, I thought, what's that? And then I looked, oh, it's an MR2. The Rock has been growing. I think you might be right. Is that right? Has it grown?
No.
Have you got that? Do you want me to clear it so that it's nice and shiny and it doesn't get dirty? Yeah, next time I get to clear it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
You're like an Aussie Jay Leno. Jay Leno always says, do not sell anything because you'll regret it. He's right. But my chin is smaller. I always get compared to Musty One as well. Where am I? Perhaps XCGXL, the earlier model or the update. Oh, mine's an early one. Sorry, it's not the update. It's going to look like an update though, because I'm not going to drill the bonnet for forward pages. But it's September 77. Caveman rock station. Start a Facebook age field rock Rosie. It is a fine rock. I picked it up to knock the battery tray out of the Sigma at the Wreckers, and I dropped it, and then she picked it up and said, "I'm taking it home." Rock YouTube channel. I don't know how you make videos on rocks though. Yeah, I know. I need a couple of hundred more cars to be like Jalen. I also need a big dog garage as well. I've got this humble little garage here, and I can't fit anything more into it. Loving the Sim, a quick restoration. It is a quick restoration, yes. Well, it's not. It's a quick going over and makeover. It's been 4 months, and it's going quite quickly. I built 2 MR2s and sold them to pay for my XA. I reckon that'd be pretty expensive now. Hey, it's Alana, I think. No, Alana's sick. She's lying in the dining room at the moment watching telly. I'm probably actually turning the Wi-Fi off, probably annoyed her. Oh, good morning from Louisiana. Hello, Kevin. How are you? It's good to see some Americans have joined us. Hang on. You don't look like Musty. You look like 70s porn star. No offense. I get told that a lot. Don't worry. She reminds me of her daughter, of my daughter before I set her and her mother's house on fire. Oh. Good day, and hello, Geordie. How are you? I thought you'd be asleep by now. It's quite late. Hello, Osama. If you call me Mr. Anderson, are you a kid from my school? Maybe a pregnant rock having pebbles. That's a good one. Hey, Pete, love your work. If you could only have one car, what would it be? Only one. XD. Because I was a little kid when Dad bought it. Same problem, garage capacity. No room for a Mustang, Falcon, etc. I need to find somewhere to keep these things. I don't know what to do. Because I don't want to get rid of them. You do all this work and you kind of get attached to them and you drive and you think, oh, I don't want to get rid of them. Ironically, yeah, if you say so. Hi from Italy. How are you? Are you good? Are you well? Tell her I hope she feels. Yes, I will tell her that you've sent your best wishes. Wish Lana a speedy recovery. Thank you very much. Rosie? Come here for a minute. You got to tell Lana a couple of messages. I'm not going to bed till 12. Geordie, that's very late. Next project. I like Japanese stuff. I want to get another Japanese car, but I want an LJ to run. A couple of guys here have said they wish Alana the very best. If she's awake, go and tell her that Dad's doing a YouTube live feed and some people there are wishing her the best.
Yeah.
I'm Dylan and I'm a master beta. Nice. Hello, Dylan. How are you? I'm endeavouring to find a plater in Perth, not shining up on my rest days. Yeah. I've got Warners and Bayswater. Don't know what you're going to do in Perth. She's out of here. She's pretty. She was white as a sheet before. Never want to get rid of the... Yeah, I never want to get rid of them. Ciao from our Italian friends. Thank you very much. Hi, Peter. What do you teach the students? Can't wait to see more of the XD. Product design, which is your woods and your old woods and metals. That's called product design now. And Digitech, which is coding. How's your brother's Mustang these days? Same as it was last time you saw it. He's got to finish it. I don't even go to bed at 9 on school nights. This is Geordie. Geordie's one of my neighbours. He lives around here somewhere. I keep seeing him out the front walking past.
Yeah.
And yeah, he, I teach him in Digi. He's a year 8 kid. And yeah, when you walk up to the room and he's already got in, he's hanging out the window.
Huh.
Hi, Pete. I called you Australia's version of Musty One, mainly in how you relate to us through your camera. Love the Sigma build. Takes me back to when I had a factory turbo Sigma. Oh, I wanted one of those. Maybe back in 1993-ish. I get called Musty One's cousin or Australian cousin. I don't see us as that similar. We don't really do anything alike. I haven't watched him for a while. I used to watch a lot of his stuff, but I don't anymore. I'd say sell the trampoline and extend the shed. There's no more trampoline there anyway. Yeah, Sigma parts can be hard to get. Frustrating. I watch Musty One's videos, but you are in a different league. I'll take that as a compliment, is it? Furious Gaming Channel. The Musty One stuff, I think, if that's what you mean, Musty One does a lot of very fast jobs. And that's how he runs his channel, and he's very, very good at it. He's got 250,000 subs or something. And he does them quickly, and that's the way to do it because people don't get bored with that. Mine's like 4 years on an XC. I was talking about that before. You can go on for ages like that. How long have I been going on for an hour? Very nice whoever said that. Musty One is very slapdash. Well, he does it because he's doing things very quickly. But he's got a hell of a following, so I'm not about to bag him. And he does seem like a very nice man. I sent him a couple of messages, but he never responded to them. Someone said they thought he was ignoring me, which he probably was. Maybe they've said to him, "You're like Ando's American cousin," and annoyed him or something. I don't know. Get a hoist if you've got the height. No, I haven't. My garage is too low. When have you got an idea to make a car with toilet seats in it so you could go to the toilet in the car? I would expect that sort of comment from you. I want to know where you're going to store it. Would you have a hole in the floor or would you have a bag under there? Because if you had a bag, it might smell a bit. There were a couple of Sigmas in my neighbourhood in those days. Yeah, they were everywhere, weren't they? You've just raised the bar with plating and powder coating. You don't need sunnies to look at an engine that's not peated. Thank you. That's exactly what I want to hear. It's got to look good. He lives 2 minutes away from my house. Musty doesn't play it. No, he doesn't. Your daughter is very much a kindred spirit, Marva. She's a beautiful girl, isn't she? She's my baby. She's my youngest one. Cordia Turbo Resto would freaking love it. And you know what else I'd like to do? Cordia Turbos and Telstar, AT Telstar Turbo, the 12-valve Mazda one. Though I was at Etheridge Ford and City Ford when they were new, and they're very, very nice cars. Musty's stuff is a little half-assed. Well, he does jobs quickly. He's different from me. We're very different at what we do. Sigma 2-litre or 2.6, which is better? I'd always have the bigger engine, the 2.6. But the 2 litres are all right. With a turbo, they're good. Non-turbo like mine, with the power steering, they're fairly doughy. They're pretty slow. There were no cars in Julius Caesar's time, yet he went around the world in his Triumph. I like that. Okay, my folks had a Magna with an Astron 2.6 fat engine. Actually, Magnas had the narrow block, didn't they? But I know what you mean. See you, Phil. Take care. Thanks very much for joining us. What else is there? Quick Jacks Pete can move around them. Yeah, I know. I think I know the ones you mean. I haven't got anything like that. The problem with I forgot what I was going to say. The problem with my garage is there's no room to move anything, and it's difficult. If I had the height, I would get one of those movable 4-post hoists and have a car parked on top, and then I've got room underneath. But I haven't got that. Telstar turbos, the AR Telstars, I didn't like them much, but they're even rarer than the ATs. I did see an elderly lady in a Mazda 626 turbo, which is the same as the AT Telstar. And I thought that would be a peach of a car to get, like 88, 89 model. A lot of cars back then aren't popular at the moment, but anything with the turbocharger is. Pardon me. I mean, very nice whoever said, would you do a ute, maybe an early Japanese ute? When I was at Super Trim in 1985, I worked as a driver and we used to go around yards and take seats out and then come back and disassemble them, and the machinist would put new panels in and we'd drive them back the next day and refit them, and that was in a Datsun 1200 ute. I actually quite like that. Do a Camaro with no power steering. I love the flick back to centre. I don't remember. I've driven a couple of those, but I don't remember that. A Lotus 7 kit would be a great project. I just don't like the look of those things much, that's all. Renting a shop, couldn't afford it. Because the problem is, that's what I was talking about before with tools. I don't buy a lot of tools because I'd sooner buy parts because I've got too many projects. And renting a shop, that would be horrendously expensive around here. Very expensive. Probably $2,000 a month to rent a shop. Not enough cars with Sigma's age appear to be getting restored, so nice to see the old girl pampered and plated and powder coating. Turbo will be sweet. Yeah, that can happen though. Can I tell some jokes? It's probably not the right place to tell jokes. Oh. People are writing some weird stuff. Signal is good with, yes, thank you very much. I have the same garage problem, CV750K2 on the lift. Good woodworking tools everywhere. Blast cabinet with no room left. That's why I haven't got one either. I haven't got a blast cabinet. Store 1 motorbike in my son's place and 2 in the drive. I really need a bigger garage. The guy, Andy's Motorcycle Obsessions, got a YouTube channel. I watch his stuff every now and then. He has a few bikes too, and he has a single car garage. He seems to pull it off quite well. And the other one that I've seen before is Classic Octane. He's a guy in Austin, in Texas, a young guy. He's only like 30 or something. And he has a Camaro and about 6 or 7 bikes and a single car garage. And he released a video recently to say that he was getting a bigger property, so he was really happy about it. Would you think of doing a GT Cortina? Yep, if I found one. What else? Terrific live stream. Thanks. Off to run to Merrins now. Cheers from Cornwall. Wow, I've been to Cornwall. Devon and Cornwall in England. That's a beautiful place. Thanks very much, Kim. Geordie. Geordie has a joke. I once bought a pair of shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I've been tripping all day. That sounds like a dad joke. Carport, yeah. I've thought about a carport in front of the garage. I haven't got much room behind it. And, yeah, my wife doesn't want it. I'm not going to push that point with her. You should sell some merchandise, even if it's just keychains and a now famous mustache. You know what? I'm going to. And there's a guy that sent me some artwork. I haven't got a picture of it here, of the XW restoration series. It's set up like a Ford workshop manual. Yeah, I've got to do it. I've just got to outlay a bit of cash first. But every time I get cash that's not for bills or anything like that, I stick parts in the car. Would you work on Layla Minis? Yeah, I would. My brother had a lovely little Mini Cooper. It wasn't a genuine one. It was like a replica, but it had everything in. It had proper Cooper head and everything else. 62 S Series Valiant 5-volt gauge as fuel. Send 10 to 70 ohms, I'm told. If I earth the gauge, send a terminal with 30 ohm resistor, it should read half. I want to test it before I drop the tank. You can buy a resistor. I would buy a resistor block off eBay, and that way you can dial up the resistance you want to check it properly. Or just buy individual resistors if you like and do it that way. Hello from North Yorkshire, UK. Hey, look what I got. Do you like that? My favourite Tina. Hi Peter, do you use Stone Guard on the XC undercarriage? And did you use Port 15 on the panels? The Stone Guard I did put underneath it. The Port 15 I didn't. The panels are edge primed, but I didn't put Port on the outside. On the inside, I used just a black paint. I didn't put Port 15 on. The Port 15 is very good, but you have to put it on etched surface. If you put it on clean metal, it'll peel off. I put some on a, when I did the XW's floor, there was one bit that was still painted. I painted the whole floor, and I actually got a scraper and just came off in a sheet. You've got to etch underneath that stuff. I did use Port 15 around the window frames and stuff like that underneath the glass, but I didn't use it on the inside of the panels, which I probably should because there's some panel repairs there. I wonder if you're familiar with the Bikovic's channel. No. He's a little bit, how's it going? I've sort of invested, I've become invested into their home renos and general motorcycle camping bits. No, I didn't know about them. Excited to see the engine back in the city, and I second that early Jap Utes 45 series Tojo will be straightforward rebuild. Probably would. Hello from all the way from Werribee. You're just the other side of the city from me. How are you going, Brian? Have you seen Bad Chad on YouTube? No, I haven't. Hello from South Yorkshire. My Yorkshire people, my family are all from England anyway, so this is kind of harping me anyway. Hang on, where are we? Oh, do they? They make this stuff. And you know what? There's a variety you can get. There's two that are in, say, Woolworths. This is really cheap. This is like $6.50 in Woolworths. It's great. 100 tea bag. Best stuff. I'm just finishing some now. I finished some before. They make ones called Proper Strong, which is a Clarkson thing. Oh, it's properly quick and all that sort of stuff he used to say. So they make it in Proper Strong, and they make it in something else, something Properly Good Tea or something. There's two other brands, and I thought I might try the Proper Strong, but I thought, you know what, this stuff is strong enough as it is. It's so much better than what I was drinking before. I can't believe how many Liptons I'd had when I could have got this. It's beautiful stuff. There used to be a shaver commercial where the guy was so impressed with the shaver, gave me, bought the company, and I would do that with this, but I can't afford it. Right. What do we? Love your videos, Peter. You're giving me lots of hope for restoring my SD1. I used to work on those at Wildest Motors. Keep that because you don't see those anywhere anymore. American Musty or JDM. What are you talking about, Johnny? Cheers from Dallas. How are you, sir? Are you well? What's your view on the ethanol fuel E85 in Australia? I don't use it. I don't use it. I don't know much about it, but I'm told to stay away from it, so I did. But I actually don't know anything about it, to be fair. My Commodore can use it, but that's the only car that would. Watch Jason's video on your XC door cards. He spent heaps of hours on those. Done an awesome job too. They're going to a killer, aren't they? He is such a good guy. He's a lovely man. I'm going to go to his place on Sunday to pick him up, and I've got to pick up the back seat. I've got to get some work done on that bloody car. I've got to put it back together. My XC was sitting for a long time, and it ruined the inside of the petrol tank. I retrofitted an XB rare spares tank into it. That's probably not a bad idea because these ones have you just have to change the cap because they're vented in the XC. They've got the little manifold and 4 tubes going up to a separator that goes up to the canister. Actually, some later XBs would have the same tank. If you had stackable storage for cars, Peter, you would run into problems with the local council. That's why you wouldn't tell them. I do have a question about the 750 and 350. How are things going with them? The only thing I bought for the 350, and what have I done? Oh, is this. I went to Eastland today. And it's $3 Humbrol white paint for model kits. It's just jam. It's just white enamel. That's all it is. And I only wanted a bit to do my Honda badges on the 350. I've got to start the engine rebuild on that soon because a lovely guy called Phil gave me a set of pistons for it. So I've got to get a board and put those in. And the 750 and an exhaust and a rear wheel and the sprocket kit and a front caliper. So I haven't done anything with it. So I've got to get started. Live stream brought to you by Yorkshire Gold Tea. Did I say I love Yorkshire Gold Tea? I'm probably being pathetic now. I've been talking now for an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm probably going a bit. That would be the reason. I need to find the missing cat. Peter, appreciate your sharing. The bill was and the time of the chat, so it's moving too quickly. You need to consider tea sponsorship. Yeah, probably do. Go find that cat. And thanks for joining us. Hello, Mr. M. How are you? Hello from Shropshire. Is that anywhere near Yorkshire? I don't know where Shropshire is. I've driven around England, but I don't know where Shropshire is. So I can't have driven too far, do I? Kind of started in London, went down through Lyme Regis, down along the bottom coast, through Devon and Cornwall, up through Bristol, then to Manchester and across through the Lake District to Lytham, St Anne's, which is where my mother grew up. That's where I drove. I didn't drive further north of Lytham, Blackpool. Well, she was in Lytham, but Blackpool's close by. And what was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. What? The wheelbase. Hang on, I've lost it. Where was I up to? Hang on. Any plans for the Plymouth? Jason's going to trim it. I've just found out that master cylinder that I fixed is leaking inside the car, which is good in that I haven't got the carpet down. when Jason's ready, which I'm not hurrying him because he's very tired all the time, he works huge hours, he's going to do the interior of the Plymouth. I just have to change the body mounts on it, and then the rest of it's subletting work. It's like bumpers, exhaust and stuff. How's the CB 750 coming along? I'm also restoring a K7. Oh, they're rare. Yeah, K7s are good. It's hard to get around here. And I'm about to, as far as the process as you are, looking forward to any new uploads. Yes, they'll be coming reasonably soon. When the weather gets cold, that's when I start playing with bikes because I don't want to lie under cars. What's the plan for winter? Finish the bike or keep pushing on with the Sigma and the XC? The problem with the cars in the winter is getting everything out to get to them. So it's normally bikes in the winter. Good night, Jonathan. Champion, on your recommendation, I'll buy that tea. Yes, please try the tea. I think you'll like it. I don't like Twinings. People have always said, oh, I've got to drink Earl Grey, and always said, I don't like it. I don't like Twinings at all. And I've tried about 5 different types of them. Do an alpha. Never thought of an alpha. I drink bushels all day cuppa. Yeah, I used to drink lots and lots of coffee. I don't know if the bushels all day is tea or coffee. I've watched every one of your YouTube videos, and most more than twice. Wow, thanks, Gary. I think you navigate around your garage way better than I do. I always, yeah, but sometimes I hurt myself in there. It's like, oh, bugger. Shropshire's a nice place too, but it's a long way from Yorkshire. I don't know where Shropshire is. I beg your pardon. I don't mean to be ignorant. XD question again. I haven't done much with the XD. I've got to do the transmission cooler. That's coming next. And eventually I've got to, I need to service too. I haven't serviced it for a little while. I used to drive a K76 panel van to work. It was an interesting day when sideways down Downey Road under the bridge. Ooh, that's dangerous. I'll look into Yorkshire Gold. Go to Woolworths and get it. I think if you like Lipton Black, you'll love this because it's better. And it doesn't have that big of a different taste. It's just stronger and smoother. That's probably the best way to say it. I sound like I'm talking about Scotch, but it's stronger and smoother than Lipton. Oh, I know where Shropshire is now. On the Welsh border. Far away from Welsh. Yes, I know where you mean. You should make a real working car out of Lego. Geordie, will you knock it off? Oh, is that where they're from? Project Binky Country. Yeah, I better get to England again. I haven't been in years. Some of the kids from school were in England recently for World Tour. Do a few cruising videos. Yeah, good. American Muscle or JDM, both, Geordie. I like both of them. The cuts are patrolling the car park and the train station at La Plata. I don't know what that is. Project Binky guys are demented. They're really, really good. They're probably the best car guys for fabrication and that on YouTube. They're just so far ahead of everyone else with that sort of thing. They're incredible. Just looking at it from an engineering point of view. See you later, Kevin. Thanks very much for joining us. Shropshire's next to Wales. Yeah, I know what that is now. I don't have garage heating. That's why I don't go out there much in the winter. But the winter here in the day doesn't get much below 10 degrees, so it's pretty easy. 10 Celsius, that is. But I don't use heating in the garage at all. Can you save me some of that chocolate that you were eating in your video today? I don't know what you mean. If you ever recommissioned, pardon me, a yellow HX202 Kingswood. I thought about an AZ. I had an AZ Premier 308 one. I thought about doing one of those. It's just finding this stuff and storing it. Do I plan on keeping the Sigma? Yeah, for now. Hello, Sasha. How are you? Welcome to Tea Talk with Peter. Okay. Today's Tea Talk is about Yorkshire Gold. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm now starting to. I'm not probably making much sense. Hello, Sasha. Yes, I've said that. Welcome to Tea Talk. Do you follow any car shows? For example, the Grand Tour. I haven't seen it. I used to watch Top Gear. I used to watch Wheeler Deals, and then Mike Brewer just annoyed the crap out of me. And I just thought, he'd come in, go, oh, Ed, he'd do this. And it's like, you knock it off. It's just, oh. And so since he's got Ant Anstead, and Ant Anstead has a hell of a portfolio. He is a builder of automobiles in his own company. It's worth reading up on him. They keep using words like bespoke, which are annoying because it just annoys me when people keep saying everything's bespoke. But I don't really watch car shows. I used to watch. I saw a bit of Texas Metal last night because I was bored, and yeah, I just don't get into that, you know. But I'm moody, you know. At the moment, what have I been watching lately? I watched a movie the other night, 17 again, and I just thought it was the best movie. And it had nothing to do with cars. Hello from France. How are you? Bonjour. No, bonsoir. I think is that right? Bonsoir. I actually love that mustache. It's real. See? Jordy wants to race to see where he gets the Lamborghini. You weren't a Lambo. That was a Volkswagen with Lamborghini stickers on it. You better. I'm supposed to go over to the guys take the XW. Yeah, I'll do that. She wants to go to Wodonga. She grew up in Wodonga, Aubrey, and so we normally go up there in the holidays. I just don't. Oh, I went to Beechworth last year with her and filmed all this stuff around the confectionery shop and then forgot to add it to the video. So I've got a lot of footage, but I never added it. Do you have any concerns about the fluoride levels in tea? I've researched. No, I didn't even know about it. Thanks, Adrian. I'm still live, Jason. I'm tired, so I'll start talking crap, you know why. I should go. It's 25 to 11, but Alana's in the dining room. She's not well, so I can't get to her telly. So I thought this is actually a really, really good time to do this, but I'm still here. I'm still live. So if I start babbling, which I'm probably doing now, you know why. Your favourite Australian touring car driver? Don't know. I don't know. I do like Craig Lowndes. Hi from Gosford, Central Coast. Hello, how are you? Benny. How are you, Benny? Are you familiar with the Jowett name? Yes, Jowett Javelins and that sort of stuff. They had a really weird engine in them. They used to make cars in Bradford, West Yorkshire a long time ago. Now, when they were making cars in West Yorkshire, were they drinking Yorkshire Gold? Sorry, I had to throw that in. I always thought it was a cool name, Jowett. Yeah, I remember Jowett Javelins. Used to see them every now and then. You just got home, Jason? Henry Cole is good. Yeah, I don't know much about it. Sometimes I see the lighter on your bench. Do you smoke? I don't smoke. Yeah, occasionally, if I have a drink, I smoke. My wife smokes. And I also use a lighter in there for heat shrink tubing and stuff like that. David saying hello to Jason, that he likes his vids. Jason Hill, have a look at his YouTube channel if you haven't seen that already. The latest video, he retrimmed the door trims for a car that I'm building now, an XC31XL. And so I'm eternally thankful for Jason. No, you're okay. I'm an Englishman living here. You're $1,000 more interesting than French TV. Are you talking to me? I'd say, because that's a nice compliment. Hi, Pete. Did you get that rubbish turbo replaced yet? No, I didn't bother sending it back. He said, go and see a mechanic. And it's like, I'm a senior mechanic. What do you want to do? It's a piece of crap. And it's just going to be all this toing and froing and BS. And you know what? It was $160. I'll do a video on it. A video like, here's an eBay turbo. Don't buy one. And yeah, look, I even thought about hooking an LPG tank up to it and making it into a jet engine. People on YouTube do that. I don't know how they don't blow themselves up. What are you going to do with the Sigma? Will you sell it? I've been asked that a few times. I'm kind of going in love with it. When I work on a car, I kind of get attached. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, this is nice. And it is a particularly easy car to work on, and I'm fond of it. And I've never seen one with power steering. And I had one with power steering. I'm going to drive it. Ooh, what's it? I'm going to drive it around. Hamish has just donated 99 cents. Thank you very much. Hold on forward, Geordie. Anything, I don't mind. I'm off. Yes, thank you very much, Vass. Thanks for coming. Thank you very much for your compliment and keeping up the good work. That's wonderful. What do we got? Benzo, Victoria, I'm a tad different to you guys in the fact that my toy car is a 77 280 Merc. Oh, they're beautiful. Is it a 116, like the sedan one, or is it a 107 SLC? They are a killer car. I had two 107 SLCs and I've had two 116s, a 350 and a 450, and I love them. Started watching Trevor's blog, does some awesome metal on cars. Haven't seen him. Was the turbo guy suggesting you weren't a mechanic? Sounds pretty insulting. I don't care. It's all right. You know what? I can't be bothered sending it back because it weighs 15 kilos, and the postage would probably be about $160 anyway. Not much. Sorry, money. I mean, hang on. I missed what that meant. Oh, SLCs. God, I love those cars. I sold a beautiful thistle green. Well, it wasn't thistle green. It was silver green, which is silver green. It looks like thistle green. And it was a gorgeous car, and I'm a dick for selling it because I sold it for $6,300, which at the time is what they were worth, and now that car would be worth 20 grand. It's a beautiful car. Did you get the XW out much? And I didn't get the lease reset, no. And the XW I was in about a fortnight ago. It's due for another drive now. Geordie's still telling jokes, 4 jokes about picking him up in trucks. Good night, Nathan. Thanks very much for coming. It's almost 1 a.m. in New Zealand. It's so lovely of you to join me, and thank you so much. Can't wait to see Sigma Extended Bikes all done. It will come. And Christine. Yes, we'll get her going too. No, that's all right. Thank you very much for your donation. It's very kind of you. And, yeah, it's the reason, that, you know what, those sorts of, I hope that goes into the thing. The reason is the Patreon and the donations like that actually go towards parts, and I couldn't do half of what I do without that, because it doesn't pay for all of it, but it pays for a hell of a lot of it. And, you know, 3 kids and Susie and a house and a mortgage and all this sort of stuff, my pay that I get paid, and I get paid well as a school teacher, but that all goes on running this place, and a bit of it's left over. Some weeks it doesn't even cover that. So that donation, doesn't matter if it's big or small, if it's 20 cents, it's still very much appreciated. So thank you. Do you ever go through your vehicles and wish you'd never sold them? Hell yeah. Galaxy, Murray 1500, LJ Tirana, 2 Mercedes-Benz. I could talk for hours on that. I have a 1980 F100 4-wheel drive XLT with a Perkins. Wow. I'm restoring, having trouble finding engine parts, just putting it out there with you in case someone might have some engine parts tucked away. I can't help you with the Perkins, but you're welcome to make announcements. That's fine. Thanks again. Have a great night. Thank you very much for joining. There's still 100 people here. I noticed you're still here, Geordie. When are you going to knock it off? It is nice to see you, though, I must say. Jade came on. Jade's a year 10 girl, and she came on to one of the feeds I did a while ago. And she called me a dickhead or something. I can't remember what she called me. And everyone jumped on her. And it's like, Jade's a sweetheart. She's such a nice girl. And they didn't see that she was joking. And that's the problem with this. You don't see the mood of the person and what they're writing. And this is the problem kids have when they're texting each other and using social media. And I was a coordinator for almost 10 years, and it's they'd be, you know, very upset about some of the messages they're getting, and say to them, "Hang on, do you know the mood they're writing in?" Well, they'd respond in a coarse way, and it caused trouble. And that's why the emojis are good if there's a little, like my wife and I always do an X, a kiss after the messages, so it doesn't look, you know what I mean? We know each other better than anything. Where am I again? Mustang, yeah. No, it's not finished. Are you kidding? It's my brother. He hasn't finished anything. Hopefully he finishes it soon because he's got to be finish it. Thank you very much, Target 3. That's wonderful. Next project, Holden. I'd like to do an LC Tirana. I've had 4 LJs. I want an LC. I want an LC Tirana SL with a 161. I would love to do that. I wish I had still my K-Code ZF. And you want to hear something? I got a K-Code XA Fairmont GS Rally Pack top loader car in the 1985, and I wrecked it for a rusty XC. The XA had paint stripper on it and then half scraped off. It was a mess, but I don't remember any rust in it. And it's only recently that I remembered it. Well, I've always remembered it, but it's only recently I really considered the value of that thing now because it's rarer than a GT. That would be worth about 90 grand, that thing now. Came for the mustache, came for the stayed for the team. Thank you very much. So you don't like that a student is spending time with you over school break? I don't mind, Geordie. You're welcome. Would you mind running through your CV? It will be interesting to learn where you have worked. I could take a while with that. I think I've had like 14 jobs. I started off as a motor mechanic, and then I went to Box Hill and became an electronics technician, a computer field service tech, and then went back to mechanicking while I was at school, and then I went to university and became a school teacher. But I've worked in retail. I worked at Bunnings. I worked in the petrol stations. For Friday One in Care Retail. Care was dreadful to work for. I would never recommend anyone works there. It's I've worked in a lot of places. The school's lovely though. Some of the people there get under my skin a bit, but their kids are lovely. My other friend Pete. Are you talking about my friend Pete, the angry guy that yells at everyone? I'm teaching you. And you talk about bodywork and that. I noticed that she since to turn the Wi-Fi. No one is making a fresh cuppa. Rosie, what are the chances of you? You know where this is going, don't you?
Yeah.
Mustang, my favorite Mustang would be a 67 fastback. My brother's got a 68 fastback GT, but a 67 didn't have the side marker lights, and I think they're really nice. Back to work now. Look forward. Thank you very much, Aussie Pom. That's wonderful. Thank you for joining us and for your comments. Don't worry then. I remember working XABC coupes for next to nothing in the early 90s, and in the 80s too. There was a photo someone had. There was about half a dozen of them sitting in a wrecking yard. And how's this? I had an LJ two-door, and I wanted the stainless trims that went under the back window. And the only cars I had were GTRs, and there were 3 of them at the wreckers. I got one set off one of them. The others were just sitting there. So the 80s would have been great. Hindsight, I would have gone out and spent 20 grand on cars in the 80s, and I would have been a gazillionaire by now. 700 horsepower in a Mustang. That is a killer car. Sergeant Colin, I just wanted to say I love your videos and hello from the UK. Hello, how are you? And thanks for joining. XC Sundowner van with XA panel. Phase parts. Wow. Oh, it had RPO 83 stuff on it, didn't it? Phase 4 stuff. I've got to add they're all enjoyable. Thank you very much. What sort of computer hardware are you running? An AMD 6-core with 8 gig of RAM and a 3 terabyte drive. I don't run Windows 7 because I like it. And my camera, my whole studio is this Galaxy Note, which doesn't have a SIM card. That's what I film everything with. It does 2K, but I use 1080p. I remember the episode you mentioned, Heather Barber, and I mate you were right, she has the voice of an angel. Having listened to every song she's posted, wow, what it was. Heather's a sweetie. There's a sad story with Heather. Her sister was murdered. Her mum told me about it at a parent-teacher interview, and her sister was Rachel Barber. They made a TV movie about her. And when her mother, Elizabeth, came to speak to me at parent-teacher interviews, this is years ago, when Heather was in year 7 and she's well in her 20s now, she said, oh, you know, Heather's sister was murdered, and I nearly fell off the chair. I will never forget that. It was awful. And this girl tried to assume her identity and strangled her with a telephone line and then took her ID with her and tried to become this girl, Rachel Barber. It's a hell of a story. It's awful. So Heather's I've always been felt sort of protective of Heather in a way. Even though I was just her teacher, she's a really, really lovely kid. Hi, Rosie. Andrew just said hi to Rosie and she's just left. Trained her well, yeah, but she didn't make the tea because Lana's in there and she's grumpy. My first car was a 69 Cortina Mark II automatic column shift. Wow, green and beige two-tone, rare car now. I totally popped the body off the chassis. What did you do to it? VW Beetle semi-auto. Is that like a pre-select? Hang on, I'm missing. What about? Hang on, I've lost myself. Hang on, where am I? I wrecked an XO GT Coupe with a bent body to build XC Sundowner. Yeah, that's the same sort of thing I do. Or did. I wouldn't do it now. Another joke from Geordie, I think. This guy bungee jumped to dip his biscuit into some tea. Would you be available to do this as well? No. My motherboard CPU combination only supports Windows 10. Terrible decision buying this. I don't know anyone that likes Windows 8 or 10. 7's great, and before this I had XP. And they're both rock solid reliable. I have no complaint with Windows XP or 7. They don't support XP anymore. But 7's just great. It's rock solid stable. This thing never crashes, and it can zip up a movie in 20 minutes. Oh, sorry, less. It's really, really quick. Never thought I'd be locked out of using 7. Just go and buy a version. Can you do that? Enjoying the sequence build. Thank you very much. Oh, Peaceful Life just sent a really, really rude message. I'm not going to post it. It's pretty gross. I'm building a T-Equal today now with a 5-litre air fryer, rinsing the body with XF body panels. That's different. Watch it when you stick the 5-litre air fryer in, because the emissions will have to follow the year of the 5-litre being the newer of the two. Would you bring your Toyota Starlet to a car show? I drive it to work every day, so yeah, probably. XP and 7 best Windows of all time. I liked 9X. Everyone used to complain about it, but I knew DOS 6.22 quite well. And so 9X was 95, 98 Millennium. When they started crossing it with NT to make 2000, it was glitchy. But the engine for XP was NT as well, I think, and that was reliable. That was great. They got it really right. The VW Beetle was hydropneumatic or some such. It had a switch on the gear stick to activate the clutch. That's not pre-selected. That actually sounds pretty cool. Do you still have the blue Wolseley? No, I sold that. And what happened to the 1500? I sold that too because I was stupid. I should have kept that. One for Jason. He wanted to say, love your content as well. Enjoy watching your amazing workmanship on the XC door trims. He did a wonderful job. I can't use 7 at all, so I won't buy Pirate or the operating system. Damage to my wallet is done. You can still buy a new that, can't you? I've been using Macs for 19 years now. The only version of Windows I like is Windows 10, and yes, the Windows at work starting with Windows 3.1. Yeah, that was DOS as well. I've been using a Mac at work. I'm on my 4th laptop or whatever. I think, yeah, my 4th Mac laptop, and I still have trouble with them. I just don't know. I should know the OS X, sorry, and I just find it confusing. Windows to me is just easy. It's, I just find Mac, yeah, it's too restrictive. I find it restrictive. You gotta. I don't like it really. But to each his own. Car regrets I have had. Oh yeah, I had an HT GTS as well, which I sold for $500. I can tell you that. An HG GTS sold for nothing. That's why I don't sell any cars anymore. Now I own. Hang on a second. Now I own one HQLS, beautiful car, an HZ Premier, even more beautiful. I had one of those in a 308 with 4 disc brakes, a turbo 4, and honeycomb wheels. That was a beautiful car. 2 Datsun 260Z. Garage space is constant struggle as well. Good on you, Paul. That is a beautiful stable you have there. Would you like me to make you some tea and bring it to your house? That would be a bit weird, Geordie. Particularly a kid rolling up at my house at 5 to 11 at night. But thanks for the offer. 98 SE Plus was good too. Yeah, I remember that. SE was 2nd edition. Oh, haha. What are your thoughts on some of these stupid prices for the 70s Aussie cars fetching now? Even the base model cars are overpriced. Yeah, I think it's nuts. If you want to buy an HJ Kingswood 2AT, it's still anything good is 20 grand. It's ridiculous. That's why I got a Sigma. And if you buy the first model Sigma, they're cheaper, and they've got chrome bumpers. Thanks so much, Elliot. Yeah, you didn't mean it, Jason. Only kidding. Orange avocado. By the way, make sure you have some Yorkshire tea. I see and hear you have those damn bloody annoying crows in your area too, Peter. They're becoming a pest to society. Yes, they are. And they go through your rubbish. If you've got too much of my kids always let rubbish be lit up like that, they come in and start pecking away the bag, and you've got crap everywhere. They're a pain. OS X to me is confusing. They're odd. I think it is. I don't like it one little bit, and I don't like the fact that you can't even. You just got to log into everything all the time. It's a pain in the neck. I hate it. I really don't like it. And I'm at a max school, and I really, every day, it's a pain in the ass. It's all about what you're used to, indeed. Super Crow, thanks very much. I got €2. Thank you very much, Super Crow. That's wonderful, and welcome. I'm getting trolled. I reckon I know who that is. I reckon that's a kid from school, and I'm not divulging what this kid has said. Okay, let's go. I'll show that one later. €2 is $58. Yeah, $1's down at the moment. I think that's what he means. Lots and lots of dollars for just a few euros. Lots of prime ministers as well. The newer Intel CPUs came non-supported CPU after running Windows Update. I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I use AMD, never use Intel. I always use AMD because it's cheap. Night Pete, Jason, keep up the good work. Thank you, Aaron, Andrew Harrison. Thank you very much for joining us. And I've been now talking for almost 2 hours, 1 hour 45. I'll make it to 2 and I might ditch. Darren Upton, hey Geordie, what do you call an overly cautious cup of tea? Uncertainty. Thoughts on the closure of Gosford Classic Car Museum? Oh, I didn't know about that. That's a shame. Is that the one? Oh, I might be wrong. There's a guy in Mount Evelyn had a hell of a collection. Had a Mercedes-Benz SS and stuff like that too. Oh, is that the Victorian one? I've just had a mental blank, sorry. I've just had a mental blank. I can't remember. I can't remember where Gosford is, and I should know. I've just forgotten. I'm tired. My actual system, not with motherboard CPU combo, does not support any of the OS that is not Windows 10. Why would they do this? That'll be in the BIOS. Reflash your BIOS, and you probably just get over everything. I use Gigabyte motherboards with a dual BIOS. They're so good. AMD processors, and I ram the crap out of them. Even though mine now is old, it's got 8 gig and it's still fast. Like, it's fast. It's so good. And I got this new MacBook Air, and it's a slug in comparison. But then you can't compare. We're not comparing apples with apples. Laptops have cut down CPUs to support battery life, if you know what I mean. But it's sluggish compared to this thing. I just saw Jason is here. Hi, Jason. Hang on, I've lost it. Oh, bloody hell, where was I? Hang on. Oh, I think I'm behind. Where was I? Product placement time. Is that the Yorkshire tea? My first car was my brother's Datsun 240. It was also almost my first accident, yeah. Where are we? And I love your work. Great to see our Aussie cars highlighted on the tube. Remember over, I don't remember that, but thanks, Mark, for the compliment. That's wonderful. Jason's channel is how I found this channel. Binge watch both channels. Thank you very much. I got to catch up. Night, Peter and Jason, love your work. Thank you, Incognito. It's been lovely having you here. Merlin, an Indian guy gave me some tea that was grown on his family estate. I thought it was in another world. We don't know what tea is here. Yeah, it's homegrown stuff. It probably would be. My first classic car was the 1954 Nash Metropolitan. It was so ugly, it was cute. They got a B series, I think, you know. Good engine. Watching from the Czech Republic. Oh, good on you, Tim. Thanks very much. Lovely to see you. Someone keeps writing crude stuff here, and it's under different names. So there's only one kid I know who's got 6 channel names. I'm off. Thanks, Pete and Jason. Don't forget to take the day off. I've got them on holidays. Thanks, Elliot. Thanks for joining us. Got to go, Peter. We've got people going to bed now. Love your bits and dry sense of humour. Cool. Thanks very much. Jason, what do we got? Gosford, north of Sydney. Sorry. I'm running AMD on an Asus board. I should have researched my choice. Could have been on 7 for the past 6 months instead. If it's an Asus board, it should be able to support it. There's no chipset drivers for newer hardware on old operating systems. Central Coast. I like comparing tea with coffee. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Could you do a video of general service on your car? Yeah, I could do. Hey Pete, it's much cheaper getting that plating done rather than doing it at home yourself. I think plating looks great. Gosford is, yeah. There's a guy that does plating with vinegar and stuff like that, and he does it in his garage. I couldn't be bothered having vessels of hydrochloric acid and vinegar out there with battery chargers going. I just can't be bothered. I throw it in a bucket, I don't even clean it, I get it back and it looks like jewelry, and it costs like $20 if it's a little bit, and $60 if it's a hell of a lot. I just don't want to get into that. Do you know what I mean? I probably could. If I had small projects, but just did lawnmowers or something, yeah, I'd do it. But doing a car when you've got so much stuff, and you'd need huge vats to do the quantity that I do. What do we got? Kent. That's right. Windows 7 drivers won't work on an OS 10 machine. There is still an Intel chipset, though, aren't they? Oh, God. I'm losing it. What do we got? Nah, BIOS is rubbish. It literally does not support it, mate. I looked all over town for a solution and tried everything in the BIOS. No dice. Yeah, but the BIOS is probably engineered to only run what it's supposed to run. The Gigabyte stuff just runs anything. You can stick cheese in the computer and it'll run it. Can I have... Oh, God, here we go. The Furious Gaming Channel. Did you accept a friend request on Facebook? I haven't been on Facebook. When I go on there, I don't mind accepting it, but I just don't use Facebook much. Gosford had a large private car collection in the sub. Oh, I think I know what you mean. And had a fight with the ATU, and Lloyd's auctioned the cars off just last weekend. My God. They should have paid their tax. You know, I even pay tax on YouTube, but also on Patreon, because I don't want them on my back. So I just pay tax on everything. Why is everyone going to bed? It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, because you are probably in the United States, right? Yes, an MGA, I've thought about that, but they're expensive. I haven't got enough money. Can I ask Jason if he's upholstering the parcel joining ZF, and if so, what materials? He's already answered that. Peter, thank you for your expertise and your enjoyable vids. You are an inspiration to us. Sofa mechanics. Now I have to crawl back under my iPhone and speak to it and speak Italian. Good on you, mate. That looks like I'm up to speed, and I might have to go reasonably soon because I've been talking for 2 hours and crap is likely to be coming from my mouth after the first hour. So I hope I'm still making sense to people. Oh, brother, I caught up to everything though. Oh, I got square eyes. Oh. Oh dear. And the kids are hassling me to get the Wi-Fi back on. Yeah, dry boy. I shouldn't have so much tea because I put sugar in it. Not a good idea. Blake Nichols, Mr. Anns. 2 hours already? Yeah. How much did the CV750 frame cost a powder coat? $150, I think. Hey, Peter, have you checked out Grassroots Garage on Aussie? Oh, Grassroots Garage was the one with the Sigma Turbo thing. He seems like a pretty good guy. The guy whose car he did, I was watching him and he said something quite funny to me because I have the same opinion. The Grassroots guy goes, so why Sigma? And he goes, no, I've always liked him. And what do you say? No one else likes him, and that's another reason I like him, or something like that. They're not popular, and I like him because of that. Or I can't remember what he said, but it was actually kind of how I feel about them too. They're not popular, which makes me like them more. It's like Staffordshire Bull Terriers. I don't want to insult anyone. Sometimes, okay, look, I'll say Staffordshire Bull Terriers can be an ugly dog, but they're gorgeous because they're ugly. Do you know what I mean? But don't get offended if you got a Staffy. So Jason's talking about headlinings. I've got a headlining for the Plymouth, but I bought it. It cost me $450 from the United States. What's the name of the place where you get the bolts anodized? I get them CAD plated, or what do you call it? Zinc plated at Warner's Metro Welding. You can just Google Warner's Metro in Bayswater on Power Road. Yeah, there's some that look good. All I hear about is the clock ticking. All I can hear is the clock ticking XD. Who else can hear it? I've got a couple of clocks in here ticking away, but this does have a ticking noise that goes with the camera. Anyway, it must be time to go reasonably soon. At least I've had a shower, but I can't go in the other room because Solana's sleeping there and I can't get to the telly. Thanks for your time and connecting with your fans, supporters, they're not fans. Best regards and good night to everyone. Thank you very much. That's Pete's Tea Countdown to the next cup. Oh, Geordie. What's the difference between my car and a hooker? I park my car in the garage instead of leaving it on the side of the road. Oh. Good day, Peter from where's that? Yeah, Narendra, New South Wales. Have an 8Z SLE Statesman. Oh, they're beautiful. Hang on, your message is just gone. Oh, he got rid of it. Thank you for a very, very enjoyable chat. Happy holidays. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Oh, it's great to hear about your stories, Peter. Keep up the great work. Good night. Thank you very much, 40 McForty, for joining us. And thanks for all the great content, Kevin Cumming. Always looking forward to your videos, especially the XC. And thanks very much for joining us. I'm going to hang around for 5 more minutes. That'll make 2 hours. That's a pretty long chat. Hopefully I've covered everything in here. I've got currently shooting the next Sigma video. I've been underneath it today. I've connected the exhaust up. Winding up, yeah, I thought I would. Okay, so today I'll put the exhaust on. I stuck a universal joint, the tail shaft. I've got to put the other one in, and then I'll put the tail shaft in. The exhaust is all done. So underneath the car's done. Tomorrow we'll get all the hoses on and sort of fit the engine bay to fit. And that's what I've been doing with that. I've got to wet sand it and buff the front, because once I've done that, I can put the front bumper on, the grill, the thing, and give it a face again. Then I've got to buff the doors. I hate buffing. Wet sanding and buffing sucks. I don't enjoy it at all. I've got to buff the doors and fit the locks and the drip rail mouldings and the top mouldings and all that sort of stuff. And then I've got to get inside the car and do the heater and stuff like that. And rebush the rear end. It sounds like quite a lot, but there's not that much left on the car, really. It's going really, really well. It's going quickly. So the quick thing, I always said it wasn't a restoration. It's dirty underneath. I didn't bother cleaning under there. The paint and panel I've done is not to the standard I've done on the XC. I took a lot more care with that because it's a resto. This isn't. Thank you, Brian. Lovely to see you. Good night and for the chat. What else do you want to say? So the Sigma is quick. The only thing that's annoying a bit is I went to the powder coater for the wheels, and metallics don't powder coat very well because the metallic sinks to the bottom apparently. And so he's got a few silvers there, but I actually, I didn't like. I changed my mind with it, so I'm going to paint the wheels, which means I'll have to stick the car into a cover outside, take the wheels off, paint them, and then I'll put tyres on. So the other thing is the struts at the front I was going to rebuild. There's no, the rebound's only one rebound. You're allowed 1.5 rebounds for roadworthy. This is just going down, up, and stopping. And I don't think it needs struts. Those top bearings look a bit, they're a bit sort of swollen on one side, or at least it's sort of sitting up a little bit. But I'm going to wing it and just try and get a roadworthy, and I will check the rear ones. I haven't checked them yet. They're not leaking, but I might put some rear ones in. They're cheap anyway. Fronts are $200 plus your bearings, but I'm going to leave it. You know what? If it doesn't need doing, I'm not going to do it. So it's waiting. It's sort of I'm winding up. You know, it's not going to be long. It won't get finished as quickly as I hoped because the weather will pack in before I want to continue with it. I don't want to lie outside and do diff bushes and all that sort of stuff in the middle of winter. So I'll probably get that stuff done before. But whether I actually get it to the point where it's all finished and ready for roadworthy before the winter remains to be seen. I don't think it will. I might just finish in the spring because the finishing off work it needs will be quick. So we've got some jokes being told right now. Thank you, Brian. I said that, I think, didn't I? I'm going to leave. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been wonderful, and for your support and all the rest of it. It's really, really good. We've got a message from Benny. I'll read quickly. I had a GH Sigma back in the day and bolted the Weber off an XD Falcon. XD Falcon, I think it was, and it went fantastic. Even used the electric choke. Perfect size carby for a 2.6. Yeah, I've heard that before. They're really, really good. See you later, everyone. I'm going to go. It's been wonderful, and I'll have the next video in the next couple of days. So it should be next C1 too. So good night. Thank you very much for joining us, and also thanks very much for your support as well. So I'm going to go. I'll see you around.